Hello, 8th grade students and learning coaches. Not forgetting you. I just wanted to make a quick video showing you just a little bit about D2L, which is this guy right here. This whole thing is D2L, right? It's this platform. It's the equivalent of like a website, like Facebook or YouTube or something like that. So this is what D2L looks like. Right now my landing page, which is what this current screen is called, is that. There's a bunch of different stuff I could pick from. I like the bridge. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like that. It's not gonna remain static. It's gonna be a little different every time. And that's okay. So straight from the get-go, it looks like I have 4 messages that I need to reply to. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Cook, that's super naughty. You need to be on top of your emails, and hey, I'm working on it, I promise. So whenever you log on, it'll let you know if there's things that you need to do. So I'm assuming this part's going to be pretty similar, where you have your schedule button, your class button, and your announcement button. I want to specifically show you math. So I'm going to click on this, and this is going to be your English teacher, Miss Micah Bullock. Miss Bullock is awesome. So here in just a second, the rest of these classes are going to load. In a second. I'm wishing I had the Jeopardy music. You know, na 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 na. Let's see if we can get it to work this time. All right, so we are loading. Here we go. There they are. Hey, refresh works magic. All right, so if you're in my homeroom, this is what you'll click to see my homeroom stuff. You guys are going to have a computer science class, which I'll be showing you later. This is your English class. This is your math class, which I will be focusing on in this video. There's also music class over here. You're only in one of those. And PE, I can't see at the moment, but PE should be in here as well. But that's okay because I'm going to focus on math. So let me go to class. And now, this is super cool. I can actually make it, by clicking up here, view as student. So this should be exactly what you see when you log on. All right, so this is, oh my gosh, 9? It's been a busy 2 minutes. I'm going to have to check those out. What's 4 just a second ago? Goodness gracious. Okay. Anyway, when you log on to your math class, this is exactly what it's going to look like. So we have Math 08. I don't know what the AST means, truthfully, but I know that Math 8 is what we're doing. Section 1, Semester 1, this year. Okay, so these gray boxes are called widgets. And a widget is kind of like a mini program within a program. Each one of them does something. So this is the class content widget. I can click on this gray box to expand or collapse it, or I can click on the arrow. It doesn't matter. So this is our class content. This is what the actual lessons are going to be. Any kind of updates, I'll put here. Class announcements, I haven't made any, so it's empty, but you'll want to look at your class announcements every day. And then this is cool. This tells you exactly what's coming up and what's due. Don't bother writing any of this down. I'm about to change some of this, but I thought it would just be nice for you to actually see. You click in the math, and then for August 15th, you have these 2 things to do. On the 16th, you have these 2 things to do. 17th, taking it easy on you. This is nothing to do till the 18th. So that is that. You can also, and this is cool, if you actually click on class plan, it brings you to a calendar view of everything that is coming up. So it may be a fantastic idea to like print this off or something. You can't create an event. I'm currently back in my teacher view, but you can still see all this. So that is pretty nifty. So let's go back to the class home. Oh, you can also look at day and week and things like that. But I'll let you play around with it. The big thing is, over here are the things that you need to be working on, right? And then there's things like email. Oh my goodness, 10. Man, I have a busy group of people. Um, okay, I guess I know what I'm doing after this video. So here's your emails where you can create a message. Here's your inbox, Classroom Connect sessions, none, and then a bunch of quick links. And let me open up this class content thing again. Well, no, let me close it again. There's also this big ribbon up here, and a lot of it is going to be the same in one spot as it is another. So I'm currently in the class home, but I can click on plan, or I can click on plan. I can click on content, or I can click on the content. Progress I'll let you look at, grades I'll let you look at, and then I don't think you'll have these three. You might have library. Probably not. Who knows? Well, I guess I could know if I view as a student. Let's see. No, you do not have library, but you do have tools. I wonder what tools you have. It looks like you have a couple little things. So that's cool. So now I'm going to have to be a teacher again so I can actually show you the content, right? The big, important stuff. Okay, so let's click on table of contents. And then, okay, so that had to go. So right here we can see our course materials, or I can, click here and you can see all this stuff. Syllabus, contact me, academic integrity, yada yada. I'll let you read through this. Here's a raise your hand feature, which just lets you ask a question. I don't really recommend using this much. If it's important enough that you need to ask, go ahead and K-mail me. If you ask a question on raise your hand, everybody in the whole class can see it. Now, if you think it's a question that the whole class would benefit from hearing, like, hey, Mr. Cook, I noticed in the syllabus you said blah, 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 but then in the content it says blah, blah, blah. Am I reading this right? And then I can say, oh, well, your teacher made a mistake. I'm very sorry. So that is the actual content. So back in here, we have course materials. The first thing you guys are going to be doing is this course intro and readiness checkpoint. And you will start by clicking on course introduction. Once you click here, you'll actually click into these, and these are actual lessons. It'll have stuff for you to actually do. And that is in the get ready, right? So, and if I click on get ready, it's the exact same thing. Course introduction looks kind of empty-ish. So we'll just leave that one alone. Readiness checkpoint is also something you guys are going to be spending a lot of time on, which is this assessment right here. It's just for me to get a baseline of where you are. So this is going to be one of the first things you do. So table of contents, course introduction, readiness checkpoint, assessment. But then let me show you what it's going to look like once you actually get into the lessons. So this has 6 units, which you can see here, and then 2 interim checkpoints. Let's start out by looking at number 1. So Unit 1 has 15 lessons. Each one of these lessons, let me just, I don't know, negative exponents, is going to have multiple things in it, a learn and a practice. So the learn is actually going to take you through the content, right? The actual meat of the material. These math casts, these are actual videos. Let me click on that and show you what that looks like. It might take it just a second to load. It's working. Okay, here we go. And then, yeah, like I said, here's an actual math cast, which is a video where this gal right here is going to be talking about negative exponents in some way, shape, or form. Right? So, you can see where we currently are up here. So in the negative exponents, the learn is where it'll actually teach you the stuff, right? In the practice, it's actually going to give you stuff to do. And then that's it. Some of them are going to have a little bit more to it. Like it looks like distributive property. Yeah, okay, see now this has more stuff. This has the learn, where again, we have an intro, a video, 2 closer looks, and a summary. In the practice, we have multiple things. We have a review lesson, and then a quiz. So this is important. In the OLS, last year, you got credit for the learning stuff, right? If you just went through the lesson, you actually got credit for that. This year in math, you're only getting credit on graded things, so it's a bit more traditional. So this quiz is actually worth points, and you'll actually be graded on this. So that is math class. So again, this is where you're going to spend the majority of your time. Obviously, you're going to start in Exchange Ideas, which is Unit 1, Lesson 1, and it's kind of just a conversation, right? So here's a discussion that's worth points, and then here's a graded thing that's actually worth points. Then you'll move on to 2, where there's a get ready, learn, and a practice. So this is what the majority of your day is going to be doing. Clicking on the unit for the lesson for the day, doing the get ready stuff, doing the learning activities, and doing the practice stuff. Now I know that this looks like a lot, but these actually go pretty quick, right? So let's actually look briefly at one of these practice things actually looks like. Loading. Let's do an on-level activity. So this is mostly just a way for you to check your understanding. You're not going to get credit, or you're not going to be punished for doing things in the practice if it doesn't go so hot. Okay, let's see here. So try using the order of operations. Has this nice little picture. And it wants us to simplify this. Oh goodness, okay. Drag the choices from the source to the targeted boxes to order the steps and simplifying. Okay. So P in PEMDAS is parentheses. There aren't any. The E is for exponents. So I have an exponent here. So I must have to do that first. 2 to the third is 8. So there's that. Okay, so now we look at here, and then we just kind of keep working down. I'm not going to work this whole thing, but let's say you think it's that, followed by maybe that, and then maybe this, and then maybe that, right? Maybe you think that's the best answer. Check answer, ta-da, right? I got it right. That's awesome. If let's say we made a little error, and hey, in math, errors are going to happen, right? It's not a big deal. When you hit check answer, ooh, it says partially correct. And then it gives you a little bit of info there. So don't be intimidated by that. If you get it wrong, it's okay. Just try to fix it, right? And then once you're able to fix it, oh no, partially correct again. So maybe we just have to switch those two. There we go. Okay, so this is supposed to guide you through the process of learning it. It's okay if you don't immediately get it because that was just a practice. Some of these aren't even going to have an assessment, which should help take a little bit of pressure off of you. But you're still going to want to do the absolute best on every single one of these that you can. It'll be the ones that actually say assessment, like in lesson 3, that'll actually be worth credit. But that's the math class. I encourage you to look around, to play with it, to explore. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.